Well, War of the Worlds is over. It was an incredible final tonight. We had a great winner. Hunter quits and Cara retires, talking everything about this awesome season and final coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Season 34, here we come.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. It's your after show for the Challenge War of the Worlds. I'm so excited to talk tonight's episode. This final was so good. It was so intense. It was so grueling. It was beautiful. It was scenic. We're going to dive into everything. I'm so excited to hear everybody's thoughts. Great episode. Great winner. We got it all going. My name is Jenna Bussiere. I almost said Jenna_Bussiere again. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks so much for the people in the live chat. We see you. We see that a lot of you stayed up till 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, Colleen. Thanks, Colleen.
Thanks for watching.
So, Colleen, thank you so much. We see you. Don't even worry about it. And
Stay up late.
Stay up late. You know, forget what you got to do tomorrow. The challenge, this final is more important. We got the full gang here tonight. This panel is alive. We got David Christopher, the back end. Pemal Gross is here.
Wrapping it up,
She's on the hill. She's on the sand dune. Pemal Gross is hill. And we got the Dan Lindgren up in here.
Yeah, hashtag Disney Dan. Woo!
What's up? Whew, guys, the final was so good.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts?
Oh, boy.
I thought it was amazing. No, honestly, I thought that was crazy. Definitely the gruelingest final, if that's even a word that I've ever seen. It was brutal. Some parts where I even told you, I was like, this is just mean. Like, you felt bad, and it was just one thing after another. And in my opinion, I felt they all deserved to win. If they could each get $1 million, I felt they deserved it. You know, of course, I was rooting for Turbo, so I'm super stoked he won. I got so much heart and integrity and just everything that I look for, you know, in a competitor. And he was just awesome, super awesome. But it was crazy, you know, some of those things, like you see him just like Hunter. That was a bummer to see Hunter quit, and you know. But I wouldn't even say it's quitting.
Yeah,
you know? Like that. He was just.
It's not quitting.
No,
what
it's
is
not quitting.
Hunter? Can you believe this guy?
No, he literally could not walk anymore. That's different. When you cannot walk.
Oh my goodness gracious,
David,
Maddie and Georgia. It is the same thing.
He shook her hand and said, like, all right, thanks, go ahead.
So we all agreed that Georgia was the worst. Yes, Georgia actually passed out and was hallucinating.
Georgia couldn't physically
Maddie
go on.
and Hunter are basically the same exact thing. And you, buddy, said last week that,
what
you were disappointed
what I
in
saw
Maddie.
with Hunter, what I saw with Hunter is he literally couldn't walk anymore, and he says his legs are cramping up, like he couldn't walk.
That's
what I
Maddie
saw.
said. She's
Maddie
like,
just like, I can't
move
continue anymore. Like that's how I took it.
Turbo said he couldn't feel his left leg tonight,
And that's why Turbo won.
Wow.
Turbo's
But he
mad.
kept going.
Like,
yeah, I agree. That's why he won. But Hunter quit.
okay, well, I mean,
it's
Before
okay.
we debate too much,
Yeah.
what are your
Alright,
Pam and Dan's overall thoughts?
Overall, I agree. This was so hard from start to finish that it was like an episode of Black Mirror. I kind of felt like it was going to be like, and just one more lap from TJ until everyone just died and the last person would just keep going forever. Yeah, it was a really gruelingest. I agree. It was crazy, and we were all discussing, I don't want to skip too much ahead, but Turbo's move, which ultimately I think gave him the win of choosing not to eat anything. We were like, just try to go eat a banana. But I think he was really smart. And I was rooting for Cara Maria, but if anyone other than her won, I was happy for who the winner was.
Yeah. With that said about Turbo, though, if he had one banana, just think how fast he would have finished, even faster than everybody else.
Right.
But yeah, overall, this was all about Turbo, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Turbo, everything he said tonight. I mean, those producers ran that Turbo storyline into the ground, and you know what? I wanted them to go deeper because I freaking loved everything he said. It was amazing.
It was about Theo too, though. So much props to Theo. So much props to Wes, and I was telling Dan this before. So a lot of these people are highly trained, conditioned athletes, and this is their lifestyle. So for somebody like Theo, who was an Olympic athlete, and somebody even like a Paulie, who is a really good athlete, and his life revolves around working out. I'm not sure what his day job is. I honestly just, all you see this guy do is work out. However, Wes owns his own business.
Right.
He works a day job. He has a company. He has a wife. He's starting a family. He has a kid.
Right.
So for Wes to be able to be on the same level as the rest of these people endurance-wise, and competition-wise,
a ninja warrior,
an
Olympic
exactly,
athlete,
and a turbinator,
and Turbo, and Wes. Right, it's like Wes, a ginger from Kansas.
Exactly.
It's
so
like,
I was sitting there thinking, like, we know
Good
Wes
point.
has been around the block. This is not his first rodeo. We know his experience, but for him to be in this grueling of a challenge and keep up with them athletically, I was like, wow, this really speaks to how good he is after 4 years of not being on the show. So I think he held it down, he held his own. Cara was winning me over again this episode because I've gone back and forth with her the last few seasons, but I did feel really sad when she plopped and she lost. It was kind of crushing, like a little sad puppy. I was like, oh, Cara. After she won the last season alone, it was like, do it for the women, Cara. But I will say it was about Theo as well and how incredible he did. And I was so sad and scared when it came down to that final lock that I was actually like almost shaking and nervous
you're like
in my
about
chair.
to cry. You're like,
I really felt like I might
shouting.
cry because I felt so bad for him because he killed this challenge. Yes, Turbo did great. Yes, Wes did great. But Theo, that entire first leg, like this was his to lose and win. If he didn't get that lock, I'm like, that really is just such a blow.
Yeah.
To the heart, to everything. Also, this challenge, though, I thought this was scenically beautiful. You don't think so?
No, it was like desert.
Desert, but
Once they got in the water,
do
it
you
was
see,
nice. But
to me, it made me realize like how big the world is. Do you see just the vastness of the sand dune on sand dune on sand dune?
I felt like Wes did when he was like, I wanted them to open up the truck and like we'd see a rainforest or something lush and green. I was like, oh, like as far as the eye can see sand dune, it reminded me of Star Wars. I mean, I don't know.
I thought it was pretty cool. I've never been anywhere like that. So for me, I was like, wow, this almost feels like a movie scene or something. Like it looked like for a second that they were in front of a green screen.
Have you ever driven
I was
from
like,
here to
this is
Vegas?
incredible.
Right.
Just hop out of the car and
there you
walk for a little
That
bit.
is
There you
not
go.
like Vegas.
If you go far enough out into the desert,
That is
it's a
not-
Mojave Desert.
No, but
It is
I mean,
not like Vegas.
But
No,
the
before
center, maybe
Vegas.
in Nevada somewhere. But I've been to Israel, in the desert in Israel. I don't know. I like water. So
Yeah.
desert is actually hellacious for me. My most unscenic. Anything with water, ocean, lake. Anyway, no, I was like, it's pretty. It's awful. It's
Maybe it was just
literally brown as far as the eye can see.
Maybe it was just like what's the term? The cinema
Like expansive, or maybe you just felt like, okay, I don't
It
know. I
looked
get
like
it. Like
turbo-
Cinematically, it could have looked
Cinematically.
cool with the zoom outs they were doing from the
Yeah.
helicopters and the
Yeah,
drones.
that's what I thought. I thought
Yeah.
it was really
Star
cool
Wars.
and interesting to see them look like ants
Yeah.
on like they were on
Yeah.
their own separate planet.
I mean,
I'm
since
like, wow,
it's
this is it put it in perspective. Like this is incredible to see. Sorry. What's up?
Sensitive. No, I'm interrupting to say something super random. Chuck Williams writes in, Jenna is so beautiful. It's the final. We should read all the compliments.
Chuck.
Okay.
Jenna's now like.
No, I feel awkward. Thank you, Chuck.
It was
Thanks.
it just is. Jenna is very beautiful. It was just such a hard, awful, like, I don't like walking to the ocean like in Santa Monica where the beach is really long. I'm like, it's such a long beach that when it was like, it's just a 5-mile sprint to the end, then it's like, oh my God, these poor people, have they not been through enough? That's why it was a bummer
It's
for
seriously
poor
what it
Cara.
ends.
It's
It's
like
like never
all of
ending.
that. After
And
all of that.
I will say our feed, we watched a recording, it was a little glitchy, so we missed some spots here and there. We're like, wait. They were just on the sand dune. Now they're back in the pain locker going somewhere else. Like you said, Pam, it was one thing after the next. And,
Right.
oh, you just ran, what was it total? 40 miles or something? And then now you have another 5 miles with math equations along the way. All right, we're going to get into all the specifics. So how about we jump right in? How's
Let's
that
do
sound?
it.
Yeah.
Start from the top?
do it.
Start from the top. So we end on a cliffhanger. So last week we see that there's going to be a tribunal in a challenge or a final for the first time ever. And it's Theo, Turbo, and Wes up there. And they get to pick between Cara, Hunter, or Ninja. Theo is first up. He picks Hunter because he says there's no fight left in the sky. And Cara's obviously his ally, and I feel like he's really tight and friends with Ninja. Wes goes Cara, even though she's a vet. And he could have easily said a rookie for Ninja. And Turbo, instead of calling out Ninja, who he personally has had problems with, he goes Hunter. What did you guys think about Hunter being the guy chosen to go in?
I was surprised. I thought, why get rid of him if he is that? Everyone was like, we're picking him because he doesn't have anything left in him, which, great. Let him phase himself out. Why don't you get rid of one of the two competitors that still have some fight in them? But I guess it worked out.
Yeah, super random. I mean, I picked them to pick Hunter.
I know.
But I picked it because I thought Hunter had more left in him. But like, as soon as he's getting picked, he's like coming up with a laundry list of like
Yeah.
ailments and injuries that he has. So I'm like, oh wait, Hunter actually has nothing left. Yeah, I want to know how long that dog walk was. It looked like it was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he just
Right.
like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah,
he didn't
and-
last at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. That's the thing too. I thought, like you, Dan, I thought Hunter had a lot more in him. It was such a bummer. Like I was pretty bummed to see him just kind of tap out at that point. and I think it was obvious too. He's like they said, they knew obviously that he was done for, so get him out of there. But I agree. I think it would have been smart if that's how you felt, keep him around, make the rest of it a little bit easier. You would think, right? But I felt like obviously they're going to call it Hunter because I think they just want to get rid of someone. So
I was so surprised by this as well. Exactly what you guys are saying, hitting the nail on the head. Why are you going to throw somebody into an elimination to leave the challenge when they're already defeated?
Right.
Oh, this guy's not going to last. Might as well get rid of him. No, those are the people you want in the final.
Yes, get rid of
you.
someone that's still strong.
I guess maybe they wanted, or are they all just being nice this season? We see that Turbo is the Leon, and he is the Leon for everybody, and it's integrity first with Turbo, which maybe wouldn't be my style of play, but God bless him. He's an angel on earth. However, why would you want to win that money? Are they trying to maybe set somebody else up who's more deserving to win the money in the position to do it? Like maybe get rid of Hunter because Hunter will lose in the final anyway. But if you get rid of Ninja and she loses in the elimination, that sucks because she actually had a good chance to win that money. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know where their logic was, except that maybe, and I might be wrong, I feel like guys feel like they're playing against guys and girls feel like they're playing against girls. So maybe they just felt like we've earned this, he hasn't, let's eliminate him.
I mean,
I don't know.
Let's look at it this way. Theo's friends with Cara and probably Ninja a little bit. He'll throw Hunter in. Wes had to stay with Hunter, and he did his thing. He didn't have to. Well, then that was his boy. And then Turbo, he could have really gone Ninja after that whole thing. But you know what? At the same time, maybe Turbo thought there might be some like strength things in the next round. And he's like, I'll get rid of Hunter, so I don't have to worry about the strength thing. And you know what? Turbo's a gentleman. And is he going to pick the two ladies? He gave the guys more food that time too. So there you go. That might be why he went with Hunter.
That is a very good explanation.
So then thoughts on this actual elimination? Really hard after everything they had to go through.
It could have been really cool if they lasted longer.
Right. I mean, I think personally it was mess. It was mean. It was just mean.
They were already dead.
They're so done for. You know what I mean? And it's just like how we said, oh, here's one more thing right at the end. You know what I mean? It's like you can't blame any of them for just being like, dude, I'm done. But at the same time, it's just like. To be that far and to have that thrown at you and to be those two people that have to like still do that to keep going.
Although it was moderately gentle considering what they'd been through.
It had to be, you know.
Well, here's what I was thinking was going to happen. If they lasted long enough, every 5 minutes you put 5 more miles per hour on that hog you got out of that truck, and just then that can eliminate him more quick and. Somewhat entertaining seeing Hunter struggle trying to keep up with this. It would have been funny and entertaining and a little more better than a walking.
Yeah.
Do you think that the rope was heavy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it was.
Fairly. But I think what you guys are not understanding is I don't know. I mean, Jen, you work a lot. You work out a lot.
I'm trying.
And I mean, like when your muscle
work out.
Sorry. I mean, work out a lot. But I mean, when your muscles get to that point of exhaustion, like you're cramping, like your legs. Like, have you ever just like ran so much or done some kind of obstacle to where next day you wake up and it hurts to walk. Like your body's at that point.
Yeah.
Just walking, man, is enough.
Right, because they've already been walking and running all day.
All day in the sun, you're drained. It's just like that's enough, and then that's just cruel if you speed up and then you gotta hold on.
Oh, absolutely.
Just fall in the
and yet entertaining.
Exactly, I agree, but that's hard.
Shows how strong Ninja is, and she just has. It all comes down to your mentality and your poker face too. You know how they kind of say in yoga, and it's like relax your face, relax your breathing. If you can kind of fool yourself, then you can fool your body, sort of thing. And maybe that was Ninja's strategy because she's cool, calm, and collected. And this probably sucks for her too. Let's not forget she almost died the first leg, last episode of the challenge or the finale. But she seems like her poker face is so strong, and she seems like she's in it.
Yeah.
No matter what, how hard it is.
Yeah.
But I love that you brought up, us working out, because I do want to let you guys know you're going to want to stick around this entire recap because we always talk.
Colleen, we're making it worth it for you.
Colleen, it's going to be worth it. We always talk about how these people perform as if we could do it. Mm-hmm. We probably know deep down inside we can't do it, but we try. Yeah. And we have a special segment video for you guys later of us running a final.
Yep.
So stick with us and see who our AfterBuzz final winner is, and you won't be disappointed. Let's move on. Well, first, actually, sorry, I want to ask you guys, are you disappointed in Hunter?
I was disappointed about that final you were just talking about. Who won that? I don't think it was the real winner.
Good
Stick around. Yeah, we'll see.
I was pretty disappointed in that. That was producers for sure.
I'm disappointed for Hunter. I feel like he did get first off the wrist one. He always comes so close, and then he got the money stolen when he won, and then to get this close and have gone through that awful day.
I mean, that's why I was rooting for him.
Right.
Yeah, I want to see Hunter take home some money, so it sucks. I'm not disappointed in him. I just feel bad for him.
I mean, even if he could have pulled off third place, we found out he gets 50K. I mean, hello, I'll take 50K.
Yeah.
At least he would have finished, right?
And finished, but
yeah.
50K.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't make up for the. What did he lose last time? $1 million or whatever the hell that was.
$500,000.
$500,000. Oh god.
This is definitely, again, the most forgiving I'll ever be for anybody quitting in a challenge or final, because this just looked god awful, and I can't imagine what it would be like to be them going through this.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to see Hunter do it, because he does always speak about never quitting, and it's always his heart that's going to get him through anything, right? And then he drops quickly. He drops in 3. Like a fly.
We need to find out how long they actually did it.
Of course,
for.
we don't know with editing, but you knew going into this, Hunter, he quit before he even got it.
He was just speaking about not doing it, and then he stopped.
He had that one season where he ran through walls with like a broken arm and stuff, but we have to remember that was all strength stuff. None of that was endurance, and that's really where what he needs to work on.
He does need to work on that.
It's a mentality, though, like you said, Jen. That's what it really comes down to. In that season, his mentality was different, though. He was just like,
win.
Razor sharp focus. Like, I'm winning.
And it was eliminations and challenges that he could be good at as well.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So, and that's where it was. He, like you said, Jen, he already checked out before it started. So at that point, it's.
We do have to say, in Hunter's defense, he did run like 25 miles that day.
Absolutely,
so his endurance is still a little better than, a lot of people's.
Yep. All right, so we're going to be moving on. They get back in this pain locker. They go do trivia. They go do battle ball. We got a lot of final coming up. Again, we already mentioned we appreciate you guys so much for sticking up late for us. So Dan has a message for y'all.
Yeah, thanks for making us the ESPN of TV Talk, guys. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, maybe write us a nice comment, which you guys are writing tonight. We love that. 5-star rating on iTunes. We also like that. AfterBuzz means the world to us. We've been pumped to be here for season 33 with you guys. So please hang out with us for the rest of the night and leave us a comment below. Thanks, guys.
Woo! On to the next one. Nice, short, and sweet. Well done. So let's move on to trivia, ? Because they get there, and I'm pumped because we barely saw any trivia this season, and I love it, and I love feeling as though there's other people in the world who know just as little as I do. So this is nice, and they get the one question, what is the longest or largest river in the world? And Cara, you think that she's dead wrong, right? Because Cara is the only one who steps into the sand pit that has a B in it. And then Wes, Theo, Turbo, everyone else who are from all different parts of the world, right?
Following Wes. Like, Cara did that, and then they'd all waited to see what Wes did. Everyone just thinks Wes is the smartest. So Cara went in B, and Wes went in A, and then everybody else went in A.
I was hoping to see a few more questions, too, so I was all disappointed. It sucked.
So that's what, I'm shocked that Wes was wrong, first off. I don't know if Cara was guessing, but I said Nile. I was like, I think it's the Nile.
You and I said Nile. I don't remember what you guys said.
I wasn't sure. Amazon.
I was between Amazon and Nile. I honestly wasn't sure. But you know what? I did see something in a movie once. It was multiple choice, and they said basically always choose B. So Cara was smart. In that situation, I probably would have just chose B because of that movie. Because
what movie was it?
I think it's Summer School. And the guy's like, E, B, B, like, because it's typically
Are you sure
right?
that just wasn't you in high school?
Probably.
Just kidding.
Hey, I graduated. I passed. I'm good.
There you
I'm
go.
good.
I'm totally teasing you. But yeah, so this is why it's like trivia maybe, because teacher's like, all right, Cara, you're the winner. Let's keep going. We're like, wait, what the hell? This is the trivia portion. You really gave them one question. And Ninja didn't even bother. And Ninja's like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't know rivers very well. So I'm just
where did she go?
She didn't pick one. She just stood there.
That's wasted.
That's so dumb.
That's so dumb.
You get a vote. Like 1,000 burpees or something.
Yeah, she got like time added. Well, she lost ultimately, so whatever. But I mean.
They're all winners.
That's interesting that she didn't even try, because what if she just went with Cara? Then they could have had another round, and maybe she would have got that mile.
That's probably
then they
what
would have had
happened
another
then,
round. Yeah, if there was
no,
a tie.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, damn. She could have done so much. She could have maybe finished third.
I don't
Whatever.
know.
No, moving on.
I don't know.
It's all in the past.
Yeah, so there's our fun trivia portion. And then, but Cara as the winner, so she gets to go on this like dune ride, which is a great benefit because it cuts out an entire mile run through hell. Talk about the death run. This is the dune death run from hell. But she also looks like she has the ride from hell on this dune thing because this thing is whipping around. It's like, what are those rides on amusement parks, tilt-a-whirls and stuff? It looks like they're gonna put her on something's gonna make her want to puke after this ride. But she gets a head start. She gets to the second checkpoint, and this basically Connect 4. But it sucks. She can't catch a break. She gets a break for not having to go through all this run.
She gets a rest.
She gets a rest,
Yeah.
and she's gonna benefit a lot from that, not having to go through that grueling run. But she gets there, and she just has to wait for somebody else to get there to play the game with her, which sucks. And this reminded me of that Vendetta's final that we love so much, where they all got to this one checkpoint, and they just had to wait for somebody else to come play a game with them. Like, what is the point?
I don't know. It's stupid. I guess it's trying to level things out. That must be the...
Just give them something individual again.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
I think they want to level the playing field because if Cara was able to just continue, you know what I mean? They had to make it. I don't know.
Well,
It's
then we'll get into checkpoint 2, which I think was ridiculous too. But yeah.
awful.
But do you guys want to talk
dunes.
about running, through these sand dunes? That looked
Sure.
awful.
It's. I mean, running in thick sand like that, you're not moving properly. Your body, it's awful.
Well, Wes said it perfectly. He was like, "This is the amalgamation of like running, walking, hiking, and all this awful other things. Like just terrible. That your body's not used to. You can't practice that. You can't unless you're turbo and you. I mean, like I don't know how
You're like running
you can
double.
ever get in shape for that. Like how you can.
Yeah. Like 1 mile becomes 2 miles because you're kind of just running in place almost, and then you're getting yourself
and the
going.
Heat,
Yeah, of course,
mean,
everything.
any of them, again, kudos to all of them because that was. Can you imagine, like, Ashley cries when a sock isn't in her luggage and threatens to go home? Like, can you imagine some of the other competitors doing
That's
that?
such a good point because we had so many people in this competition. So it's Wes and Cara who are two really seasoned vets, two mentally strong vets who do not give up, have great endurance. That is such a good point. Could you imagine if there was somebody of like a lesser caliber
I would have liked
from the challenge pool who was in
that
this?
made it to the finals. It's like it wouldn't even.
Who do you
this
think
final
really could have
picked
done it?
people off.
I really would
right
have liked to
away.
see Polly in it though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I would be very curious to see how that turned out.
Yeah, good call. So we get to Battle Ball, and everyone is just running through Cara.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Turbo's up first, checkmate.
See you later.
Theo comes up, checkmate, see you later. And,
Right.
you know, I'm back and forth with Cara here because she's kind of crying victim a little bit. She's
Right.
like, why me? Woe
Right.
is me? Oh my God, I just don't get it. But at the same time, I get it because we don't know what it's like to be in her element right now.
Oh, no.
Having run what they've run, mind you, she didn't get that IV of nutrition, so
Yeah.
she's really just malnourished, probably delusional, and it's always the simple things sometimes that are the hardest. And if your mind's not getting it, you're not getting
No.
it. At least in my experience, if I don't get something, I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah. If you're not seeing it, sometimes you're not seeing it. And I agree. I was like, Cara's being a brat. I guess I would be a brat too.
Yes,
Like at first I'm like,
exactly.
oh, don't be such a spoil sport. But then I
Yes.
was like, good God, there's $1 million on the line. You think you have this lead. You're the defending champ. Like, yeah, having a little bit of frustration is natural. So I
Yeah.
forgave her.
Yeah,
But
but I'm not so sympathetic because it literally is dropping balls, Connect 4. Like, come on, Cara. You know what I
Right.
mean? You lose once, okay, twice, 3 times. Like, really? And you have that huge lead? Like, get it together, girl. And I'm a Cara. Hey, I'm a fan. I support you. But the thing is, like, really?
Right.
Like, that sucks. That really sucks.
That's-
And then the one with Ninja was, like, literally obvious right in front of her. Where, hey, you might want to block that one. She didn't do it.
I
Like,
think at
finally
that
got
point,
it
her
together.
and Ninja also were having this weird tense beef the entire time. I don't know if it was just like the last two girls
girls
standing.
thing.
We're like, we're competing against just each other, not everyone
Yeah.
else, if they kind of had that feeling. So I think by the time Ninja came, she was like, huh, why me? Like, God hates me today. It
Oh,
was that
yeah,
sort of
Yeah.
thing.
totally.
Like, she was definitely tapped out.
Yeah.
I'll say this. It was a puzzle. So Cara should have been a little better at this. I mean,
Agreed.
she's good. I mean, when Connect 4 comes down to being a puzzle, I'll give her this, though. Sometimes in Connect 4, there are 2 ways to win, and you can only block one way. So maybe that happened. We didn't really get to see how it all went
Right.
down. They sped that up. Maybe it happened once or twice, so she got screwed.
the first two did get that diagonal that you get if someone doesn't know that trick.
You know, so
Connect 4, so she might not know that trick.
yeah.
But again, I actually don't blame her. I'm kind of sympathetic in this situation because I suck at Connect 4. And when you're not getting, you're just not getting it.
Jen, we've established that every challenge you suck at already.
Right.
So
Imagine if
No,
she
only
didn't,
trivia and Connect, or only trivia and Connect 4.
she didn't have to run that mile though, guys. She
Yeah.
got to rest. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you-
Cara
their
did get a
brains
rest.
after running through that thick sand probably a little more aware than hers. So.
Like David said, I suck at most things, so wait till you see later.
That's scripted. That's scripted.
No.
Okay. On to the next one.
Sneaky move, sis. Do you remember that from the
commercial?
Sneaky move, sis. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yes.
Let's move on to the food. This is, on the surface, looks like the best food portion of any final ever. We'll
Definitely.
we'll get into the one part of why it might not actually be beneficial, because I have a little bit of a take on that.
Yeah.
But to give you the run through, Turbo was first. He gets there and he can either eat some, he can eat a little and then assign the rest of it to other people, or just assign food and move on. So he chooses not to eat, which you guys think is the wrong choice in the long run because he didn't get any nutrition or anything.
Right. I mean, obviously he pulled it out, so it doesn't matter at this point. But that was a risk factor, especially if everybody else is eating. Now they're getting their carbs, they're getting their protein. Like, I think at the very least you should have grabbed that banana and run. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you can. I think you have to stand there and wait.
But how long does it take to eat a banana?
30 seconds.
Right. You know, you're cramping up. You want a banana. Take a dang banana. You know, that's gonna help you with your cramps. You need that calcium, the potassium. You know, that's those carbs, that fuel. Like, you need that. You know what I mean? You're doing like extreme challenges here. You need something to fuel your body. So that to me was a risk. I honestly thought he was going to kind of tap out later on, especially when you saw him fall. And then obviously you saw Cara, like, she had the best food. You know what I mean? She had the peanut butter and jelly, she had that protein, she had her carbs, she had like everything she needed. I obviously saw she seemed fine after. She's like, I felt rejuvenated. Same thing like Wes said it later on. She's like, yeah, because you got your food back, you got your power food, you know, because your body's at ketosis stage. You know, you're just like depleted at that point, and you just need to nourish your body. And so I think at that point, like, he took a risk by doing that, because they could have easily caught up to him now. They had their energy, the recharge, like, so it was a risk. I mean, he pulled it out. But he should at least have a banana, in my opinion.
I think he could have spared like 1 minute, and again, we glitched out and don't know their final times. 1 minute to like eat a banana, but ultimately I don't blame him for wanting to save the time. Because Theo said it was probably at least 25 minutes.
Yeah, so that's what I heard, was 25 minutes, and I'm like, that's the game right there. If Turbo can just keep going. To make up 25 minutes, Turbo's gonna have to do something, just mess up 100% to even get close. So that's why I'm like, checkpoint 2. Whoever got there first, if you were in the top 3 and you got there first, if you were, no matter who it was, if it was Turbo, Wes, or Theo, whoever got to that food challenge first, I think was winning no matter what. 25 minutes, you can't come back from that.
That's a good point.
From the top 3.
Yeah.
Unless it was someone that had lower time. I think you did have to be in
the top 3, close in those top 3 scores that we had seen from day one. I think
how funny is it though that Turbo was the only person who prepared for eating the most
and
running on it?
The
and he
irony.
didn't even have to. Ha, the irony. The only thing with eating, again, it is going to be something that's beneficial to you in the long run, but I think it's one of those things when your stomach shrinks after not eating for so long. You've ever had a long day where you're like, oh my God, I didn't eat in 10 hours, and you try to eat something, you can barely stomach it.
Yeah.
So you see Wes, he's kind of having the downside to now having to shove all this food in his mouth. Even if it's good food, it's still eating a lot in the hot sun after your body has been so heavily exerted. You see what happened. Like, your body can kind of spiral in certain ways. Like, you get queasy, you get a stomach ache. So I'm almost like, dang, maybe Turbo did something good here, because he didn't have to mess up his body in any way. Like, when your blood sugar's so low and then you have to pound all this food and it spikes, and then you're just kind of like, headache instantly kicks in, stomach ache instantly kicks in, you're dizzy, you're throwing up. So I'm like, maybe skipping a meal was almost just like, keep going till your body gives out sort of situation. But I mean, that's the only downside to it.
Well, there's a difference between like eating like just a portion, and then like having to force feed yourself like all this food.
And in a time crunch, and then go run again. I mean,
that was the issue. Wes had to eat way too much food, so he was
pleasant.
done. And then Theo, he had to eat a good amount too, but not. I think it seemed like Wes had the most, or if he at least he didn't. He just wasn't successful with it at all. Wes was hurting.
Now, how do you guys feel though about Ninja? Because I'm kind of like a little like I don't really think it's that fair, because she threw up her food. So it's kind of like,
well, what are you gonna do? Make her?
I'm just saying, but it's like that's.
You don't like that she's throwing up? Everyone throws up.
We've discussed that in past seasons too, about how it's.
I'm just saying though, like that kind of sucks though, that like you get to throw it up, but the other people have to keep it. And I get it.
I
you
mean,
can't
no one likes to run while having just puked. If I just puke, here I go again, sounding like a baby. After I just puke, it's like, I'm in bed. Do not touch me. I am curled up in a ball, so no one wants to puke and then go run in sand dunes for another 10 miles.
I almost feel like though, if you're in that position, you're that bad, like you might as well just make yourself throw up.
Well,
you know
I don't think that's I'm guessing, or I'm making up, but I would say that this is true. You probably can't make yourself throw up to like eat more faster, but if you throw up, you throw up.
I just feel like in a sense, though, it's
you know.
kind of like an unfair advantage a little bit. You know what I mean?
But Cara seemed to want her to throw up to waste time, like to take like while she finished eating, because it's taking time out of your eating. If you're like eating and then throwing up and then eating and throwing up, you're wasting time.
That is, I think that sometimes a lot too, though, David, when you can tell when somebody's like eating food, but you can tell that they probably haven't swallowed it and then they're just spitting it back up.
Right.
But Ninja's puke did look like puke.
It did, yeah, it did.
And that sucks to have to eat and puke
And
kind of
eat again.
simultaneously.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is the most disgusting thing. Like, you're essentially like re-eating your your pubes, and then
Go
you
that way, go
imagine
that
your
way.
acid reflexes at that time.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
So then what happened
Just
after
coming
the
up, Pam, just like
Stop.
open up.
I don't like it. I get weirdly sensitive about like.
So one more thing on the food. For as much crap as we gave the producers for making this hard on them, they gave them good food to eat at least.
Yeah,
They did.
well, they starved them and made them run 50 miles. Like they were.
What if they hammer it home? Give them like some brains or something. Come on.
Right, that's still nutritious and good. No, it was
So
that
they
was
gave
the
them food that
only
they
mercy
needed.
they provided.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually just realized all that food in there is very non-perishable because they're in the middle of effing nowhere. Did I use that word correctly? So it's bananas, it's granola, it's peanut butter and bread. There's no like meat. There's no fish.
Right.
There's nothing that needs to be refrigerated or well kept. Like this is like apocalyptic basement type of food, you know?
Yeah.
But it's good food though. It's you utilize.
Sure,
You're gonna utilize
but
this.
it's like, what else could they couldn't have done that to them in this situation. After all this, it's like they will literally die if they have to eat a brain.
And who knows what like desert animals would come out to eat the like
yes,
meat.
so
I don't know.
true.
Yes.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So we think this is the worst of it, right? I'm sitting there thinking, Turbo takes off. Oh, he's just got to make it down this hill and into the pain locker, and he wins. We're all like, this is the final stretch. No, they finally make it down this. Which, by the way, props to Turbo. I thought his body was gonna fail him when he sat down on the mountain, and he was like, I cannot feel my legs. I was like, dang, this is it for him. This is so sad. But they make it to the pain locker. Now they take another drive to the beach. And they get the bombshell another 5 effing miles.
On the sand. It's just the endless sand that made me feel so bad for them, because not only is it so much and so hard, but it's so repetitive that it's just like, it's one thing if they were doing a trail run and then a run downhill and then a mud run. I don't think they've ever had to do this much just desert running. Of course they haven't, but it's so... That's what I find awful. If there was even a change visually or it's like, you're just keep running.
It was like, it was almost like
Sand.
funny and sad at the same time.
Right.
Because it was like, okay, you're going to continue going. You have to do this a lot, but then you have to canoe. And then, guys, you're running 5 miles. You know, it's like, of course we are. You know, of course.
How good is this final stretch, though? Because I love the way that they do the science with the math problems.
Yeah, this might be my favorite like puzzle challenge part of the finale was the fact they had to do some math while they ran. It was great because they put 2 things together. At least it wasn't just running in a circle. In a figure 8.
Yeah.
I think it's something completely new, something we've never seen before, and it starts off easy. You're like, oh, 14 plus 19. Okay, here we go. And then it's like, add 100 here.
Times 10.
Times 114 here. Then subtract by 30 or divide by 25 here. And you're like, okay, now I'm completely lost. So the fact that it looked like I'm confused by Theo here, though, because I was really impressed in the beginning. So I'm like, Theo's not stopping. He's doing this on the run. And I mean, he said he was good at puzzles. He said he was smart. No, now he's proving it. He gets to the lock first, and then everybody starts blowing by him because do you think this is a lock malfunction or he just couldn't?
No,
he didn't have the
he
equation.
messed up somewhere.
Yeah, he messed up somewhere. How do you do 140 times 20 in your head while running?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, thank God they had that sand though, because they actually could write the answer. What if they were like on concrete or something? They can't even. Where would they write those? I have to write it down when it's double digit multiplication.
No one, unless you're like Rain
Well,
Man, can do that in your head for. All
I
those
didn't see
numbers.
Turbo sit down. He just kept going. But
I think he did.
I'm probably sure he did.
You
but
have to. You have to sit and calculate.
What is Turbo's weakness though? I can't find it. He's just
You know
every
what it
time
is?
he does so well.
Is that he's so nice and
No.
His weakness is
not weakness, but he is considerate. If you
his
No,
fair enough.
weakness.
No, but there was.
That he
I think it was like a
cares
few challenges. There was one where he didn't do that great.
What?
one or
Which
two of them.
what?
I'm trying to remember. No, but
Conspiracy, liar!
no, I have to go back. I can't remember
But
right now.
if he's that nice, how come he would not forgive Ninja for like 8 weeks? Like,
Because he's
Yeah,
it's
I'm just
honor,
saying.
because it's honor and correctness, and she crossed a line with him that he considered dishonorable.
Yeah.
She behaved dishonorably. Off with her head. I mean, he did seem like he forgave her at the end.
And it was, I love the math. Love the
Yeah.
math, and that was great. And I love that the last person to complete it is eliminated. That was fun. That was a nice, fun twist, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did feel so bad for Cara, because that, again, they just had gone through so much to just
Right.
have it so
Agreed.
close.
But she had so many
that's the name of the
opportunities
game,
that
you
day
know?
to not get last.
Right.
though.
She did. She had.
They
a
gave
lot.
her a bunch
I
of
just feel
opportunities.
bad for her. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
oh, she deserved to anything. I'm just saying, oof, that's gotta hurt.
I thought it was great too how it came down to them, the partners. Like that was like a
Yeah.
really great ending. Like how ironic and
that
cool.
it was Theo and
Yeah.
Cara.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It
you
was
know?
cool but sad.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Theo was very sweet and genuine in his confessional, and he was like, dang, this is the worst way to do it. Like, I'm very, and it came down to the end for us too, because I'm sitting there like, come on, Theo, don't lose Theo. And I'm like, but I don't really want Cara to lose either. It came down to, I would have felt bad for anybody not opening that
At
lock.
that point, me too.
I think like if I was in that position, that's kind of the way. If I'm going out, I would want it to be by my partner. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, watching them, all of them, and what they went through with both legs of the challenge, everybody there deserved to be there. Everybody there gave it more than you would think is possible. So it was hard at that point seeing anyone
But yeah,
not,
that was a
not get to continue.
that was a great part of that leg of the final. And then we get in the kayaks. Turbo is going, but then Wes gets in, and Wes comes in like hauling ass and smiling like that ginger villain he is. All of a sudden, he's on Turbo's heels. Turbo washes up on shore first, gets the
the
point.
ship,
I don't know why. I guess it's all timed anyway, but this is the end, right? Why the hell can't they just get their boat on the shore and then run to the lighthouse?
Right.
That would be killing me. Like, ugh, I'm so damn close, and I
Yeah.
can't just run. I have to get here now. Wait for every
but they're-
person.
What's
their
the
time
point
was
of
stopped.
that final
Yeah.
sprint? There's no point in it.
You're not going to get much of a lead. I mean, well, actually,
No.
West was kind of slower, but no, I don't know. It was lame. They should just let him go out and then
Just
do the
go,
last
man.
mile or
Just
whatever.
one more
5 miles or
sprint.
whatever.
But
Just-
see, if you take the time factor out of it and you just sprint it like that, then it becomes down to essentially like someone winning a sprint race out of all that they
Oh, no,
did.
they wouldn't do that to
And that's what I'm
them.
saying, but it takes away like I think the timing thing is good, and I think it probably adds more to the dynamic.
Oh,
Watching it, them
absolutely.
running together, type of thing, you know.
It's an
But
adrenaline
why make
killer,
them
in my
wait
opinion.
and sprint together? That's my point. Why not just let him sprint there first, your second, your... I mean, it didn't... They
didn't-
can still time that. It
You
had
can,
no...
they could have done it
bearing.
either way. I don't know. They just chose that way, but
Yeah.
I don't know why they exactly chose that.
I don't know.
But let's talk about Turbo being the Leon, because he's so nice. And at this point, would you do the same thing? So you get to the shore first, and you see that somebody who you've competed against the entire season. It's not that there's any bad blood between them, but verdict's still out on who has the best time. And Turbo is essentially helping his competition get a better time by telling him, this is what you got to do. Control your kayak and turn. Maybe he's, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, maybe he's really not telling him anything that is in common sense. Like, turn your kayak.
I just
But
don't.
bump.
Wes was following him so closely,
Right.
though. How the hell did he get lost?
Not to mention if you see Turbo,
Hallucinations.
like,
Yeah, he
if you
didn't-
see Turbo, go where Turbo is.
Right.
And like I said, I can't hear anything. You see a body on the beach. Go towards the body
Right.
who's also running the challenge with
And he's
you.
waving you
Right.
in.
I can't hear you. Why are you calling me over? Should I go this way?
Yeah,
What are
I
you
mean,
doing, Wes?
I
That was
think
weird.
Turbo was coaching them in a little bit, because what are you going to do, turn your back? Like, once he got to the thing and you're watching other people, I don't know. It seems like that's in his nature, but ultimately he still can't make them move faster than they're going to move, so...
Turbo was trying to give Theo the combination code, I believe, on the lock of
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah, he was.
Right?
He was.
And I just don't think Theo could hear him.
Yeah.
he
and-
was yelling the numbers.
And in theory, Theo and Wes were his next two. He helped both of them, and he helped the girls before that with the
Yeah.
food stuff. So Turbo
He
helped
is Leon.
everyone.
He is
Maybe that is
Leon.
his weakness, though.
That's his
Yeah.
weakness.
I think he's just conspiracy. I think he's just rubbing it in everybody's face. Look, I helped you, and you still didn't beat me.
I'm so
Good luck next season.
I think honestly he is that good that he can, not that he's rubbing it in anyone's face. I don't think
Yeah.
that. But if you're really good and you're like, I'll let that person get a little, it's like you could throw someone a bone. I think he's literally, it's helping. I think he had a pretty solid lead.
So let's fast forward to the end then. Everybody runs across this finish line. And like I was saying to you guys outside, this sounds like so cheesy and just so not the point of the challenges is that I always forget that there's money at stake and that these people are winning with leaving with nearly $1 million. But I'm like, just the fulfillment of this being the worst and hardest thing you will ever probably do in your life physically, crossing that finish line has got to be the most successful feeling. And just watching them, I felt inspired watching them. I'm like, damn, they went through hell. And I know you want to win that money. You don't want it to be for nothing, but just crossing that finish line, that's got to be the best feeling because you'll never go through anything like that again in your life.
It's like that Rocky moment, you know what I mean? He's like, I just want to go the distance. It's like, dude, that was insane. Like, not even just the respect you probably have, obviously, for yourself, but even just for each other. You know, there's going to be a bond there where you're just like, you're going to have that respect now because you guys just went through hell together. You know,
that's why I love Turbo and Theo running across together, hugging each other, landing on each other. I'm like, that is the best feeling in the world. I would feel so happy with myself for just finishing, just knowing I didn't quit.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that's why Ninja wasn't as, pissy at the end as I feel like I would have been if I did all that and just got nothing. And just, I guess you're on that high of finishing.
Yeah,
but
well,
what a
bummer. What is she gonna do? Piss and moan? Like
No,
that's not
guess,
a good look. There's nothing she can do about it. She got fourth. It is what it is.
But don't you love at her montage? So everybody gets their ending montage as they always do. Hers is just her like
Beating on the thing with a stick. Yeah.
Hers like hitting her head. Yeah, she's just having a temper tantrum in her montage.
Yeah, it is weird that that's when she lost it.
So what would you rather lose in Cara's position or Ninja's?
Cara's
Ninjas.
Almost at that.
I'll take ninjas. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. You
ninjas
get zero no matter
finished.
what.
Yeah.
She finished.
I need to cross that finish line.
Yeah.
Especially being Cara because I am so on Cara's page with this where it's this math problem where I'm not finishing this. So to know that, I would feel just... I'm big on telling myself that I'm stupid, so I'd just be like, you idiot, you suck at life. So I'd be really pissed at myself if that's how I went out.
It is a sucky way to go out after you've run 50 miles.
Dude, how ironic is it, though, that Ninja said before the kayak lock part, she goes, I am not going to be left here embarrassed and alone on a beach. And that's exactly how this season ends, with Ninja alone on the beach. She had a great first season, though, so let's run through the winners before we get to our special segment and we see who won the AfterBuzz final. So we get down there and we're waiting to hear the times. Do you guys, who did you think was gonna win?
Oh.
I was
Turbo. After seeing the food
Did you?
challenge, I was like, Turbo's got first.
I think I thought Turbo too. I thought it was between Turbo and Theo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I thought it was gonna go. Yeah, that was the order I had. It was the order they won. I was like, that's has to be. If I'm doing my math, Theo beat Wes in most of the stuff. Turbo got that 25-minute lead on Theo right there. So Theo, how are you gonna make up 25 minutes?
Yeah.
So
this was just the icing on top of the cake of the best season in a while, and the best final in possibly history is Turbo winning. So congratulations, Turbo! We love you.
Yay, Turbo!
You are the best. Come back anytime, despite what all the other competitors say. He can be like what the Warriors are to the NBA right now. It's the final of just if he comes back, everyone else should be shook.
Well, they're all gonna gun for him. I believe he's coming back. He's coming back for 34, and they're all gonna gun for him.
Turbo
so it's
needs
gonna
to be a peace ambassador. Like he needs to go to places that can't agree and like broker peace because he's so true that you can't argue with his logic. It just seems like the ultimate truth. That I nominate Turbo for.
Yeah, but you're telling me when like Wes, Bananas, Zach, whoever comes back for 34, you tell me they don't all just team up and just like let's get Turbo out early.
We
have to take him out early.
I agree 100%, Dan. That's exactly what's gonna happen, dude. He's got a target on his back now. Now they know cat's out of the bag. This guy's good.
Yeah, but you don't want him gunning for you either. So
it won't matter if they have a big enough alliance.
So many people when it starts off.
I do hope
Turbo can't fight on everybody, you know.
I don't know. Bananas even had everyone against him for a whole season, and he shook them off.
He made it pretty far.
All right, guys, let's take a question from the panel.
Okay.
Right.
Joseph Boza, who is our loyal live chatter, he's always in here. So what's up, Joey?
What's up?
Does anybody like that? Question for the panel: looking back on the finale as a whole, do you think the producers went too far with it as a whole? I thought they did. These people could have died. It's a really good question.
You know, and I think we discussed that a little bit too. Like at moments, you know, like I said, I'm kind of like mean like that. I want to just push your body. So, but to even me at some point, I was like, that's a little much. You know, like I just said, even that rope challenge with Hunter Ninja, I was like, that's a lot. Like that sucks. You know, so maybe, you know, maybe they definitely were walking that line. You know what I mean? So
they tiptoed the line for sure. I mean, the way that when it came to the first leg, like we said last episode, I did think it was too hard because we saw Georgia pass out, need medics ASAP, like hallucinating, and Maddie giving up. But seeing the way this episode went down, yes, a lot of them were cramping up, and Wes kind of had a moment where he almost passed out. But they did all finish, so it's kind of hard to say that it was... I mean, it was very hard, but the fact that they all finished and they all seemed okay in the end, I'm like, okay, this just pushed them to their limit, and this was good to see how much the body can do. I don't know.
I mean, they gave them the IVs, they gave them the food. They were obviously covering what they need to do.
But they give them more money every year, and they make the challenges harder in theory every year.
This one wasn't more money jackpot than Cara's.
It wasn't.
No, it's the same.
Wasn't.
They didn't
Hers
up
was
the ante.
Cara won
Or Dirty
750.
30 was $1 million too.
This wasn't the most.
Yeah, this wasn't
what's
the
sad.
most money. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, then let's do it this way. They have to up their game just to make us want to watch. Because, especially after Challenge 33 was awful.
And the fact that a lot of these people that were in this are a different level of competitor than our run-of-the-mill, I was on the real world challengers. You know, these are Olympic athletes.
Right.
Which just harkens back to, wow, Wes, good job for being able to keep up with them. And I think it was horrible and really mean, Joe, to answer the question, but I'm sure that they were monitoring and giving, you know, off camera. I'm sure they had their safety in mind.
How much y'all think they slept from day 1 to day 2? And did they get to sleep? Did they even sleep?
I don't. The locker, the truck they were in.
They
said it was
sat
horrible.
in the truck.
Yeah, they said it was horrible.
They sat in a truck.
And
That's insane.
That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
So
awful. It's insane. It's insane.
But great final. I'm very proud of everybody. This was, for all of them to finish the way they did, Ninja had a great season, Turbo, Theo, all these guys, I welcome them back.
Yeah.
Great job. Great season. It's getting me excited for the next one. So, like we prefaced before, we always talk about these people and these challenges as if we can do them. And we had a thought, hey, should we see if we can do this?
Yeah.
So we put ourselves through an insanely grueling,
hard,
several mile-long marathon. And I won't spoil the details too much, but we have our special segment tonight is the AfterBuzz Challenge finale. So Jennifer, when you're ready, you can roll that clip.
Opportunity to win $750,000. We're thinking of doing this for as a freebie. Like we're just gonna go out tonight and run the streets of LA for free. No. Arm deflated.
I think something's here. CJ!
All right, guys, your challenge starts now.
Oh my God! What? I'm not ready.
You're gonna run 80 miles and go through 4 checkpoints.
I haven't taken my morning dump yet. Oh my God!
Right, I brought you out here to the La Brea Tar Pits for your final challenge.
Pretend he used the camera, just like it.
All right, guys, as you're looking around, you can see there's only 3 of you here. Unfortunately, David had a little problem this morning and will not be able to compete today, so it's all you guys.
Getting the news from CJ this morning that David wasn't going to be in the competition today actually made me psyched because he was my biggest competition, if we're being honest.
Popcorn muscles.
Nobody knows that I poisoned David's veal parmesan last night.
Didn't realize how far this was really going to be.
I can literally walk and keep up with you.
TJ came up first thing in the morning. Wasn't entirely ready.
Not to hop on one of these.
For this first one, you're just going to be sticking your hand in a box and seeing what's in there.
What the hell is Pluto?
Where is the beast? Got one. I got one.
I found cheese.
Yes! Done.
I found cheese again. All right, we're making this easier. Oh, 2 for the price of 1.
That was nothing after my first 20 miles.
What do I do? Watch out for that dog. Timing out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh!
My God, why?
Okay. Oh God, this looks hard.
Shapes and colors. This is not my thing.
What do I do? Guys, miss, what do I do?
Ah!
So close.
Ah! I have to start all over.
Is it possible?
Check me.
Oh my God.
This is the final heat. Whoever touches the rock first wins.
Do it anymore.
Are you quitting? Are you quitting?
I can't see.
Only 2 challengers remain. Muscles are coming out.
This is all I've ever wanted in life.
I didn't do it, guys.
My win was for Jersey. Most importantly, my win was for Polly.
Hey, Dan here. I can't say I'm not disappointed. I don't like cheaters, but I'm just gonna pretend that there was a strong wind that blew me over, and that's why I fell.
I really wanted to finish. I gave it my everything. But you'll see me again on the next challenge.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, all I can say is I am still sore.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm feeling much better now, Dan. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm proud.
Oh, don't worry,
doing
guys.
80 miles,
David
so.
has recovered from his
Yeah.
poisoned veal parmesan.
Yeah. That's what happens when you got a threat. You know, that's what happens.
I hope you guys enjoyed our very real, extremely
Yeah.
grueling final. Okay, look at all those elements we had to deal with. There was babies running around. There
Yeah.
was just school field trips. There were so many obstacles in our way from reaching that rock. That was hard as hell, man.
Legit, that little ring toss kind of looked hard, though.
That ring toss was
Check it
freaking
out. It's
hard.
kinda hard.
I may have bought that at Target right before we shot. Best $5 I ever spent.
So that hubcap roll though, so my mechanic decided to just take off my hubcaps one day when I went in because I had a rattling noise and I showed back up. He's like, it was hubcaps. And just took them off. So now I'm riding around with no hubcaps and I look like trash, but it came in handy when you wanted to do a made up
Challenge.
challenge.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that
it was almost as hard as the challenge that they went through. I think it's like,
What does our live chat
you know,
think?
it's
We got
part
some
and
good
parcel.
reactions.
Okay.
I'm happy that you
Pam,
guys
you're
are
getting
feeling
called
it.
Georgia right now. That's fun.
Oh, the end was a tribute to Maddie with the legs like
They said
just,
that
like,
as- they
right.
said
That
that
was
as
my
well.
Maddie
Yeah.
and a George of just dropping dead.
And
basically.
our
TJ, we gotta give a
stole
shout out
the
to him.
show. Shout out to Luke. This is
Yeah.
Pam's boyfriend, Luke. We love you. Took one for the team. Went to
Yeah.
La Brea Tarpons with us on just your average Saturday.
And really did get woken up and was really drinking his coffee and was told to play the role of
And if
CJ.
the challenge is ever looking for another host, I think Luke can easily step into
he's
that
got it.
spot.
Oh yeah.
Let us know if
Okay.
you'd like to see Luke as CJ on the challenge.
Yes, everyone right to MTV. But yeah, that was fun to do. It is crazy what these people put themselves through because no kidding, that was hard. Like bringing all our things and running around in the morning. Not fun. I wouldn't want to do it.
They like your dog Carter. They're writing the
Oh.
dog was cute.
That was Pam's dog, yeah.
Thanks. And the other one, so to the viewers, the best, I thought, I liked our, like, in the house, like, hanging out casually.
I love-
braiding hair was our tribute to Polly.
I love
and
Pam's
Cara.
brain. She's like, okay, this is gonna be my my checkpoint. She just flips over one of her nightstands, gets some tape, tapes some garbage bag to it, puts cheese and her dog in this handmade janky ass box. I'm like, Pam, I wish I could have the
So-
way you think is incredible.
What was
To
it?
the viewers, that was supposed to be a tribute to, like,
hysterical.
sticking your hand into, like,
Fear-
venomous...
fear factor.
Right, like
Yeah.
a scary...
Jenna, you should have been DQ'd. Palmdale's
yeah,
I think for the
yeah.
push. I think for that
That's
push.
DQ. I think Dan is the real winner.
Uh-oh.
Dan the man.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiracy quarter.
That is my middle name, Dan Spiracy.
Dan is ending the season with a conspiracy created by himself.
Wow.
Conspiracy. No, he should not have won because he was trying to distract everybody by taking off his shirt.
Bam.
That's not fair.
That's true. After, Anyways.
No one else was
Anyways.
stripping down and showing off.
I hope y'all enjoyed the shirtless
That was
Dan. Yes.
the challenge, final AfterBuzz TV style.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed it. I don't think we're gonna have time to get into news slightly news and gossip slightly.
Yeah.
We'll go through some season 34 rumors,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Lyndon Haas, thank you so much for DMing me. He slid on in.
Whoa.
Sent me some of the rumored cast for season 34.
Great.
If you
Cool.
guys haven't seen this and want to go over it a little bit. It looked like this is from a reliable source on Vevmo, our favorite place. Some of the girls are Ashley M is back
No.
after a little bit
Okay.
of leaving, an early departure this season.
Yep.
Cara's back. Cam is
Okay.
here. We got Faith, Georgia. Kaylee is
Oh,
back.
I love Faith.
After
Faith's
taking
back?
a year off. Tori Deal, Nani, and Laurel.
Amazing.
For guys, we have Gus,
Wow.
Zach, Leroy Bananas, Wes, Joss is back, which I'm pumped about because this is another good competitor. Rogan. Interesting that
Who?
Rogan, right? Literally, exactly.
He's from an X on the beach or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like
Can
in
we
the
have
UK?
one last what's her name joke before we leave? Yeah, Shailene and Rogan are teaming
Okay,
up.
here's your
That's the
Shailene
team.
Take
joke.
down everyone. Who's Rogan?
Here's your Shailene joke. Shailene
Okay.
is not on this cast, so basically same as this season.
Oh.
Bear is back, problematic.
Of course.
Theo is back, woo! Jordan, Polly, what would it be without Polly, man? Kyle. Also, you guys know how upset I am for the rumor teaser that Kyle's luscious Rapunzel long locks have now been cut. He looked good though, but God, he was growing that thing out just to chop it all off.
Unfortunately, yes.
And Josh from Big Brother. So
Wait, no
I'm
Turbo?
excited.
Wait, is Dave?
I don't see Turbo on the
He's
list.
gonna come
I
back.
don't
I've
see
heard-
Turbo and Davon
I don't
on
think
the
that's
list.
not.
Davon.
That's
Okay.
not a finalized list. I
Can't
believe
be.
Turbo is
Can't
also
be.
coming back. I've read rumors about that.
Okay.
I don't know why the hell Gus is coming back. Who cares? Gus.
Gus, honestly.
Floor Bama
the
Shore.
good-looking guy, like a
Floor Bam
good-looking
Shore,
guy,
like
right.
he can stay over there. I don't.
Jenna's male counterpart.
Right, okay, exactly. Like team pretty. Yeah.
Did Maddie? Was
Alright.
Maddie on that list?
No, didn't see
No.
Maddie.
Interesting.
So excited for that.
Which is already, they left like last week or something.
And you didn't say West, did you?
Yeah,
I
West.
And you didn't say
West?
Bananas. West and Bananas are coming back.
we
Bananas,
know
yeah.
is there.
Oh, he's on there. Okay.
But yeah, I thought I said banana.
Oh, you probably did. I know. I believe West is coming back too. And,
Yeah, bananas is on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. It's good.
Reunion's gonna be
Lit,
awesome.
lit.
Lit AF.
Yeah, we're excited
We're
for
so
the reunion.
cool. We're so cool.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Reunion part. Is it 2 parts? Do we know?
It's gonna. I think it's gonna be 2-parter. They always do that now. 2-parters. Yeah.
I mean, they flew them to London.
London.
They might as well make it a
Very true.
two-parter.
Good point.
Milk that, you know.
Nice. All right. Well, leave us your comments. Let us know about how you felt about Turbo winning. Congrats to everybody this season. Big congrats to Turbo. Great season. Great finale. Way to go out. And let us know what you think about our AfterBuzz TV final and how you think we would actually really do
I would have really won.
in a final. Oh, please get your popcorn out of here. Thanks, guys. My name is Jenna Bussiere. I'm on Twitter at Jenna_Bussiere. It's been a great season. See you at the reunion.
The Dan Lindgren. Hit me up on Instagram.
Pemal Gross, Jill, thank you guys so much for tuning in with us, and we do hope you enjoyed our video.
David Punkrock Christopher on Instagram, DPR Christopher on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us every week. We had so much fun. It was a great season. We'll see you next time, guys. Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.